You know, when working with computer, there's probably a few things that you should know. Alright, so imagine I'm drawing your screen. If I draw this straight and across the bottom, let's say we're working on a Windows computer. You know, this could be XP, or say it could be Windows 7. That down here on the bottom, here's the taskbar. When you launch a program or open a file, an icon pops up in here that represents your file or application. And when you click on that icon in the taskbar, your window pops up and comes to the front or comes forward. And then in this lower corner here is the start button. And this has been, the start button was introduced with Windows 95, and for the last, I don't know, so many years, up until Windows 7, that start button has been there. Windows 8 does something a little bit differently, but we can come back to that one another time. So we don't have anything open, and your desktop, this area here, we'll call this here the desktop. It's not the stuff that's open or the windows, it's the actual location, the landing spot that you see through your screen when nothing else is up. And there may be a few icons that you see on the desktop. You know, maybe a My Computer, maybe a Recycle Bin, and then a few other just shortcuts to applications. Some people, it's really cluttered and you can't really see anything other than these icons all over the place. But I would say if you can clean these up, all the better, because you really don't need that many icons on your desktop. When you double click on an icon, one of these things, it opens up. So let's say, for example, we double click on this computer icon, you know, the My Computer. It should open up a window on your screen that probably shows you a few things. You know, it'll probably have a icon here that says local disk or My Computer. It's probably your C drive. If you have a CD in your drive, that'll show up as another letter. Maybe possibly a D. If you plug in a USB key or drive into your actual computer, right? Get these slots in the front. If you plug something in there, another letter should show up that says, oh hey, we've got a removable disk. We'll call this one E. And these different drives all get different letters, but the C is where your system files are. Now, over on the left, you may see a similar structure that lists different files and different locations you can save things. But that's just how these windows open up to be. And this window itself may have a couple icons up here, such as a close button, probably have a maximize button, and a minimize button. So when you click on, say, the minimize, that whole window goes away and you just see it down here. if you instead click on the maximize button, it actually stretches this window out to all the edges and fills the whole screen so there's nothing else in your way. And if you click on this close button, the whole window just disappears. And it gets out of the comes out of the taskbar. Now, when we're when you look at your C drive, right? So if we had this window opened up, and we had this one here that said C drive, if we open that up, we should see a structure that shows several files like users, Windows, program files. These are all important system files that really, really should probably steer clear of them. Unless you really know what you're doing, it's best to stay out of these. Now, unlike Windows 7, they have something new called libraries. Libraries that say my documents, my pictures, my videos. You should really be opening these things, like my documents, and all of your files should be sitting in there. So it should just be a large container full of just your files. This is where you want to put your letter to your niece. You want to put the a copy of your taxes. You want to put a print off of your receipts. You want to put your resume out here, and eventually, as you do more letters and more shopping and you save your receipts and get more files, your folder where you're saving this stuff is going to fill up. And once you add enough items to scroll the screen, you'll see the scroll bar here on the side that lets you go up and down based off of where you're at in this folder. So as this thing scrolls down, these files will appear to slide up, and you'll be able to get access to the ones that are off the bottom. Quite often, there's a view option that will show these files in different ways. Like this here's like large icons. But you can say, show me a list view, and give the icon here, and it'll give you details about it. Icon details, icon details, icon details, like so. And when you're clicking on a file, it's best to aim for the icon. Like if you double click on that icon, it'll open that file up. If you click too slow on the name, it'll give you a cursor and let you rename the file, but I've seen people mistakenly try to click on the names trying to get the file open, and instead it lets them rename it.